everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm filming and uploading today on Tuesday. I forgot to mention last week, so sorry, apologies about that, but I'm going on an outing tomorrow, so my filming schedule is a bit different this week. And of course, I also want to let you know in advance, obviously next week is Christmas on Wednesday, the 25th, so again, I'm not entirely sure what day I'll be filming. It probably won't be Wednesday. I'll still try and film next week, but it will either be the 24th Christmas Eve or the 26th Boxing Day, just because obviously, Christmas Day is a bit different and, things are a bit, consequently I might not be able to film on that day. Now today's video is a little bit impromptu. I did want to carry on reviewing the book that I talked about last week, and I will carry on doing that, but it might have to wait a little bit because I've written out all the notes, so I'm intending to carry on talking about Scandinavia. And thank you for the person who wrote in the comment section to enlighten me that Finland is not part of Scandinavia. It is very confusing, but thank you for pointing that out. I think because in the book I was reading, they kind of just lumped Finland in with the rest of Scandinavia, with the countries in Scandinavia, because obviously Finland isn't in Scandinavia, as you quite rightly said. But in the book I was reading, they kind of lumped Finland in with the Scandinavian countries, so it was quite confusing. But yeah, you are right. It's not part of Scandinavia, although some people loosely kind of put it into that category, even though technically it's not part of Scandinavia, or at least not geographically part of Scandinavia. So I guess to avoid confusion, I think it's probably better to talk about the Nordic countries, because then you can include Finland as well. Because although Finland isn't part of Scandinavia, it has its philosophy, its sort of culture is very similar to the Scandinavian countries. Okay, so as I say, my video is a little bit impromptu, so forgive me if I am a little bit all over the place today and it's not as structured as it usually is. But I wanted to share with you a recipe that I've tried recently, and it's from this book here, which is for part of the salmon series of favourite recipe books, which I'm starting to collect again now, because I stopped collecting them for a while, but I'm back in the game on that one. I'm back collecting. It's favourite grow your own recipes. This one, which is part of the series, delicious dishes from the vegetable plot and allotment. Hope you can see that, and it's by Simon Hazeltine, who has been a keen gardener for many years and has his own allotment, striving to be self-sufficient in growing fruit and vegetables and reducing food miles. Living in Whitstable, he is a keen supporter of Transition Town Whitstable and a member of Edible Whitstable, helping to grow fruit and veg in the council flower beds for the townsfolk to enjoy. This book contains a selection of his delicious recipes to make use of homegrown produce, and like all of the salmon books, it's got some very nice pictures. It's got some lovely, sort of like, almost like works of art really, which I really like. But the recipe that I tried recently, which is actually the first one in this book, is called Chilli Winter Soup. It says warming and spicy for a chilly winter's day. So chilly in both senses of the word. For a chilly winter's day. I like that actually, that's quite a good pun. Playing words there, I don't know if that's intended. But we've got chilli winter soup, which is like, spicy winter soup involving chilli, but also it's good on a nice chilly, the other sense of the word, spelled C-H-I-L-L-Y, of course, chilly winter's day. So I like that playing words. But yeah, so it's a very versatile winter soup, and I tried it for the first time last night. So this is how you make it. Obviously the recipe's for 4, so I cut down to make it suitable for 1. So I'm gonna talk you through how I made it, for portions for 1 person. So I used about a quarter of an onion chopped. I used 1 small, that's like a little baby potato, just a small one. And then it says to use a seasonal mixture of various vegetables. So it gives you, for example, you could use swede, carrots, parsnips, cabbage, leeks, kale, all cut into small pieces. So you can play around with that and take your pick really. I didn't use swede and I didn't use carrot. I used parsnip. I used cavolo nero. Cavolo nero is a type of kale. It actually literally means black cabbage, but it's kind of basically a type of kale. So I got a bag of that from Waitrose, and it was already cut up, which was quite useful. And the bag serves 2 people, so I'm finishing it off today when I make the soup again. So I used half of that bag of kale, or cavolo nero, but it's a type of kale anyway. A leek, chopped up small. and I use parsnip chopped up small. So those are the vegetables I chose from that list. If I make it again though, I might try it with carrot, and I might also experiment with Savoy cabbage, or possibly for red cabbage, because you can really just take your mix and just play around with those vegetables. So yeah, garlic clove. It said 1 red chilli, deseeded and diced. Obviously that would be if you're serving 4 people though. I don't actually get fresh chilli. I'm a bit squeamish around that, so I just use chilli powder. And the good thing about that is you're a bit more controlled, because I do like a little bit chilli, but I do find it can be quite spicy, so I don't like to have too much of it. A little bit goes a long way. It says half a cup of porridge oats. I'm not quite entirely. If someone could enlighten me what half a cup is in terms of grams, I'm not quite sure what that would be in terms of grams. Obviously, this is for 4 people, so I'd have to cut it down anyway. I just went with a tablespoon of oats, which for a tablespoon, I'll just go with that. So I added a tablespoon of porridge oats, because I'm not quite sure what half a cup means, because it's an American measurement. I used some mixed herbs, some dried mixed herbs, a mixture of oregano and parsley. And I used about 400 mils of vegetable stock, because I did use quite a lot of vegetables, so I did need a fair amount of liquid there. Oh yes, and also salted pepper to taste. I didn't add salt, and actually I didn't add any pepper, but when I make it again I might add some black pepper and some oil. So what you do then is, in a large saucepan, you fry the onion and garlic in some oil for 5 minutes until soft. You then add all the prepared vegetables and stir through the onion mixture for a few minutes. You add the herbs and oats, stir once, then pour over the stock. Bring to a boil and simmer very gently for around 20 minutes until the vegetables are tender. The slower you simmer, then the greater the flavour. So you want to sort of simmer it on a very gentle heat to really bring out these flavours for about 20 minutes. Remove from the heat and cool a little, and then liquidise until the soup is smooth. And it turns this lovely green colour, and it does make a lot of soup. If you were to use the measurements I just talked about, that would make a really big, generous bowl of soup. Or 2 small bowls. But you want something nice and hearty like that in the winter, particularly if it's your main meal. It says you can store it in a fridge for a few hours until required, and then return to the pan and heat through, but obviously I was eating it straight away, so that wasn't necessary. Serve with some homemade buttered bread. I didn't use homemade bread, I just used some rather nice bakery bread. It was just wholemeal farmhouse bread. And I also had it with a lightly boiled egg as well for a bit of protein, because I sometimes have soup with cheese, but I had some eggs used up, so I had it with some egg, and that was nice. So I do recommend that. You'll probably hear more from these little books, because I'm working my way through them at the moment, and they are really very good little books. I do recommend them, and I'm collecting the series. So in other news, I just wanted to show you this briefly. Now, as you probably know, because I talked about this in other videos, but I'm a really big fan of oats. I do love my oats. So I've been recently trying out all the different types of oats, and I went ahead and got these oats. It's Scott's porridge oats. It's interesting because it's actually spelled Porage, which is a slightly different way of spelling porridge. Old-fashioned thick Scottish milled oats. Well, proper porridge oats. It says the true taste of Scotland. I don't know personally how this really. It doesn't taste that different to the oats I usually get, which is Jordan's rolled oats. I mean, it might be slightly different. I might have just been taken in by the marketing, but apparently these are for real McCoy. These are what most Scottish people like to eat. Apparently this company often comes top when they do market research in Scotland, so this is like your proper. This is the Scottish person's oats anyway, apparently. It just says, they've been milled in Scotland since 1880, and to ensure you enjoy every bowlful, we use only highest quality oats in milling processes. Well, they would say that, wouldn't they? It's all advertising spiel, but there we go. We carefully grade and select each grain to get only the best oats go into every pack. To create our own distinctive taste, the oats are rolled thicker and are gently kilned to bring you the true taste of Scotland. If you traditional cooking, you simply mix 40 grams of oats, 195 ml of milk or cold water in a saucepan and bring to a boil. Simmer for 6 minutes, stirring occasionally. Serve with sugar or salt to taste. Enjoy. For a slightly sweeter taste, stir in a tablespoon of golden syrup to your warm bowl of Scots porridge oats. Delicious. Please be careful with hot product. And you can also, of course, cook it in a microwave. The true taste of Scotland. So they're the ones I'm trying at the moment. Just because I just love the picture on the front. It really does make me feel proper Scottish oats. So I thought we'd show you that. And something else I've been enjoying recently is these mince pies here, which obviously I haven't got you to show them because I've removed them out of the packet. But it's Waitrose and Partners 4 plum, honey and ginger mince pies. Because it's Christmas, I've been really going on to town for my mince pies, and I do love mince pies, particularly when they're warmed up with single cream. Nothing beats. It says 4 individual mince pies with a rich mincemeat filling containing plum, honey, almonds and ginger. So they're the ones I've been trying lately, and it does contain plum juice in there. It contains your mincemeat, which also contains plum juice, which makes it a little bit different. You've got roasted almonds, you've got prunes, all the usual suspects, lemon peel, ground ginger, blah blah blah. But it does taste quite gingery, I have to say, and you can actually detect plum in here quite a lot. I've so far had 2 of these mince pies, and I've got 2 more waiting for me to eat. So this is just the empty packet, but I just wanted to share with you the mince pies I have been eating lately. Do any of you eat mince pies? Do you like mince pies? Let me know. Mince pies seem to be a love it or hate it thing, a little bit like Marmite. Some people love them, other people hate them. Personally, I love them, but I do think they taste nicest warmed up. In actual fact, my support worker wasn't keen on mince pies until she tried one warmed up, and then she was like, whoa, now she's a convert, now she loves them. So I think some people just haven't tasted them the right way. But let me know what you think. Do you like mince pies? Let me know. I'm afraid I'm only going to be able to film 1 video today. I think because of the Christmas period it's been a bit hectic. Normally I do 2 videos, and I will try and get back, and of course I will carry on doing my 2 videos as per usual. But today I just wanted to do 1 video because I hope you understand, just good Christmas period, it's been rather hectic, and I haven't been able to plan as much output as I usually do. But as soon as the Christmas period is over, I'll be getting back into doing my 2 videos. And as I say, next week, it's a Christmas period, so it's a little bit up and down, so I might not be able to film on Wednesday, it might have to be a Tuesday or a Thursday, but of course I will still release a video next week. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you.